What's up, guys? This is your girl back again with another video. Remember, guys, to only take what resonates and leave the rest. And if you have not already, you know what to do. Go ahead and hit that like button, comment, and subscribe. So let's get into the things for today. Let's get the energy for you guys at this time. Let's see what's going on in the energy for the collective. Let's see. Ooh, we got a lot going on. First card out is raise your vibration. So a lot of you guys could be getting yourself centered at this time, doing a lot of grounding work, and really just getting in this space to where you're learning how to accept certain things and release them all at one time. You also have unapologetic, and that's all about you guys being your true self. I know that sometimes based off of how the energy flows, sometimes based off of how I'm hearing the word social norms, you know, sometimes we try to blend in with the pack, and it's more uncomfortable trying to blend in because you're not designed to do that. All right, you are somebody that is supposed to be unapologetically yourself, and the people and the things that are for you will gravitate naturally to your energy anyway. On the bottom of the deck, well, not the bottom of the deck, we got the pause card here. So this is all about you guys recognizing what you choose to indulge in. Sometimes you can be a bit overactive, underactive, and sometimes you could just be in that pause energy by evaluating if this is worth the response. Should I just let it flow? Is this something that I need to address, or do I just need to just let it flow? Or just in this space of trying to figure out what you need to do before you actually react. And I was actually talking to a friend of mine the other day, and I was telling her, I said, you know, I used to be somebody that was very overactive. I had to ask God to help me with my tongue because I'm a very verbal person. I'm a Sagittarius, so sometimes I could be a bit too blunt, and that was a struggle for me in the past, you know, on my old timeline or whatever the case may be. But over time, just learning through trial and error, I learned what not to respond to, because sometimes certain things happen on purpose as a test just to see how you're going to respond. And sometimes the best response is nothing at all, okay? And then we have hope here. And this is all about just trusting the energy and having faith. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I think that's a very difficult place to be in when you're kind of out in the wilderness and you don't understand what's going on, you know, or whatever the case may be. But it's all about divine timing, and over time, the truth will reveal itself. So I feel like you guys are about to gain some sort of clarity and truth around some things here in the energy. And it's going to let you know how far you are away from something or how close you actually are. All right, let's get the overall energy. All right, adjudication came out here, and it came out sideways. And if you look at it, it's kind of like a judgment, like someone's under judgment. And I feel like this is all about passing some sort of test. So there could be a masculine being challenged, could be a feminine being challenged, or both energies are dealing with their own individual challenges, you know. And when you're going through challenges, that's when you have to have the spirit of hope, because it's just like, I know that what's going on right now is just a moment. And I have to learn how to respond to whether or not this is a moment that's going to pass through, or if it's something that I need to do to kind of allow things to, you know what I mean? So I feel like there's some sort of big spiritual test that is occurring at this time. You also have thoughts, but it came in the reverse. And this is not an opportunity while you're in this waiting period to overthink. This is your opportunity to feel your way through things. Because whatever it is, it's not something that's logical. It's spiritual. And anything that is spiritual, it doesn't require thinking. It requires heart space. And I feel like that's what a lot of you guys are at this time. And a lot of you guys are understanding that at this time, that you are someone that has high honor. You are someone that is held to a higher standard when it comes down to certain things, certain people. So that could be the challenge. I know I had a challenge like that the other day. I said, why am I always being challenged to be the bigger person? And that is because that is part of my calling, being the bigger person. choosing when to respond and not to respond. Because I used to be somebody that used to respond. But now I evaluate things before I actually respond to certain things. Because it's just certain things that want your energy. And once I recognize that some things that happen in my life, it really wants my energy so I can feed it, I had to learn how to stop, you know. So you also have change here. You guys are going through a lot of different changes here, and it has a whole lot to do with mindset. You know, poverty is literally an illusion. It's all about what you think. You have some of the people that don't have anything in the physical realm, but they're rich in spirit and they're happy. And you have people who have everything, that have access to everything, and they have a poverty mindset because they're not happy or they're not fulfilled. So this is a challenge right here to change the energy and raise your vibrations and get grounded. That's what this energy is all about. So I just cut on the Two of Wands and the Emperor. It looks like somebody has definitely chosen their divine path, which is a good thing here. Let's get into the things. We have the King of Swords in the reverse, along with the Three of Swords. So this is all about mental. Someone is being challenged in the mental space for sure. And I just said that the Five of Swords is mental energy. So I feel like whoever this person is, this is somebody who has a poverty mindset. And it's because they're judging their worth based off of what they have in their physical reality. So this could be somebody who's struggling financially at this time. Their living environment might not be the best. They could be in this space where they're living just, I'm hearing a thin thread. That's how I'm hearing this energy. And this is somebody who's being challenged to come out of that. I definitely feel like this energy may be about to get some sort of new opportunity here to do things differently. And they're going to have to accept this energy from a heart space first, versus them always thinking that everything is logical. So this is somebody who has more logic than they do with their spirituality. So this is somebody who was dealing with, I'm hearing a chemical imbalance. I feel like this person could be dealing with some imbalances or something like that. Let's get the energy here. Let's get their true emotions. Yeah, they're not sleeping. This is somebody who's worried. This is somebody who could be thinking about you guys a whole lot. And I feel like this energy also could be concerned about whether or not you think about them as much as they think about you. They're not feeling their best. I feel like whatever type of mind games or whatever type of way they were trying to manipulate the energy, it's like they tried to skip over something. I want to skip that part of the journey because I want to get to the glory. And you can't do that. This is somebody who's realizing that I tried to skip ahead, but I still ended up back in the same spot. So it's like this person had to start over because they were approaching this journey with ego and pride. And they thought if I handle it that way, then I'm going to get the outcome that I want. But God has the final say so. And this energy is saying that I can't do what I want to do. I can't do it. And this is also someone who's been in the energy of avoidance. So they haven't been able to face you. Like I said, I definitely feel like this person could be dealing with some financial issues at this time. And they're experiencing a lot of karma. It's like they're having to pay a lot of karmic debt. For some of you guys, this person could have been up under some sort of spell work here. Let's get some more energy around that spell work. Let's get some energy around the spell work. Why is this spell love here? The Eight of Wands is here. Yeah, this is confirming that there was some sort of spell work present. All right. And I think that this is somebody that was putting spell work on themselves because of the way that they were thinking. That poverty mindset, that is spell work. I tell people all the time that a spell is literally what you think and feel and you say it. That is a form of a spell. So this is somebody who's been putting spell work on themselves, but they may feel like somebody else has been doing it, but it's really them. Because of the way that they think, the way that they speak. For some of you guys, every time they say something negative about somebody else, or maybe made a negative comment about you, they didn't realize that you weren't doing anything to anybody but yourself. And see, they're starting to see that now. Let's get the energy around that Eight of Wands and the Devil energy. Yeah, negative mindset. That's confirmation. I said it's all about what they've been thinking, not being able to see the light, reaching rock bottom, pessimistic attitude towards love, stuck in their own self-limiting mindset. And we also have temptation. This is also somebody that was struggling with codependency. So they were creating soul ties. They were creating soul ties with third parties. And they thought that they were getting some way because they were lying. This person was very deceptive. They carried a player spirit. And I feel like all that stuff is backfiring on them at this time. How is this energy getting? What's going on with this? Yep. They've been isolated. All those lies, all the stuff that they were doing to get their way, especially to get into other people's energy with this stuff, is backfired. So this person is in solitude. They're in solitude and they're getting karma. So with the Tower card here, along with the Four of Cups, I definitely feel like this energy is also getting rejected at this time. So it's like third parties that they were used to being able to have access to, or their way of living and trying to get third party hookups and stuff like that. It's not working. Their charm is no longer working. It's almost like these energies can see who they are and they don't like it. So this energy also feels a bit exposed. I also feel like too, yep, they're experiencing ego death. I also feel like too, people are speaking about their experiences with this energy. So their reputation, I feel, is getting tarnished. They were able to cover it up at one point, but I feel like third parties are now speaking about their experiences with this energy, and it's making them realize that I can't hide who I am anymore. Let's get the tea. Too busy winning. Scarcity tactics. We also have ain't shit, along with extra trigger and cardless. So for some of you guys, they could be about to lose a vehicle here. Child neglect is out here. This person could be dealing with an abandonment wound. There could be a lot of where their triggers have been coming from. I definitely feel like they're doing a lot of reflecting at this time on their behavior. And like I said, it's almost like their energy is caught up to them, because we had says anything, does anything, and makes shit up and dramatic. So every time they were out there trying to present themselves as somebody else to these third parties, and they weren't able to stand up to that image that they were trying to portray, these people been talking shit about them. For some of you guys, they've even had to block people on social media, or they've been blocked. And it's like they've been trying to avoid it, but it's like, no, you have to face your mess. So this person's getting a lot of karma. Now, with this King of Swords in the reverse, we have the Five of Cups. Yes. For some of you guys, it's showing on them. This person is grieving. It's like they're grieving at this time, but it is part of their growing process. They're becoming this Emperor energy the way that they need to be, and they're realizing that I'm the one that has been putting a lot of delays on myself. It's been because of me. So they're also in this space of taking accountability for their behavior as well. With this Three of Swords energy, they're definitely going through endings. I feel like they're going through endings. They've been going through a lot of endings. They may start something new with somebody else, and then it ends quickly. So it's like they've been trying to avoid their calling by trying to fill it with other people in other situations. But it's every time they start something, it may feel good, and when it ends, and it ends in turmoil, it does this to their mental every time. And now I feel like that's what's haunting them. It's just every time they've been having bad experiences here. So I definitely feel like they've caused a lot of chaos and conflict for themselves, and it's just part of their cycle. And that's why they're, like I said, the King of Wands here in the Judgment, they're being judged for their behavior. Now, with the Four of Wands here, we got the Fool card. I definitely feel like this person will be trying to take a leap of faith and come towards you guys soon here. But right now, they're just grieving. They're going through some heartbreak at this time. And this person knows that they owe you an apology. It's like they know, like, I owe this person an apology for what I did, you know. And I feel like this person will also be confirming to you that what you felt intuitively was always right. It's like they were trying to muscle you, though, in a sense, you know. Just like, I want to prove them wrong. I can do this and I can do that. And it's just like, nah. Okay. So listen, they are experiencing a lot of ups and downs at this time. But they are manifesting you. They're manifesting your energy, but there's too much protection around you guys at this time. This energy has a lot of shadow work that they need to do. And it also looks like there could be like a family wound here. So I feel like some sort of childhood trauma from a father and a mother figure here in a third party situation is something that they're being challenged to dissolve. And it could be a bit difficult for them at this time because it's like, I have to face this. So they're facing their childhood trauma, and that's part of the healing process. So that's what I have, guys. Let me know what you think about this video. And until next time, I'll talk to you later. Bye.